Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a girl who was a slave from her mean stepmother, living in a small, dirty, old shack of a house. On this particular sunny day, the girl, who was named Cinderella, was in the shack dusting and sweeping. She did not get to enjoy the nice day outside.
As she was working, she heard a loud popping sound, and all of a sudden her annoying and snobby godbrother popped up and in a cloud of purple and pink smoke. As he appeared, she saw he was wearing a pink tights and a hot pink and lime green tutu with a leotard underneath. On his head he wore a sparkly light pink tiara.
Bam! You, my lovely sister, have been working so hard without being paid for 100 hours. So I might grant you a wish, he said. A wish? Let me think this over. I wish to be a princess, she said enthusiastically.
Wait 2 seconds. We're live. Okay, your wish will be granted in 3, 2, 1. He swirled his finger around his head twice and said, "Abracadabra!" And in a poof of purple cloud, she was transformed into a gingerbread princess. "Oh no, I think I got the spell wrong. Oh well, fun for yourself. See ya!" he said as he disappeared into the forest.
Wait! I don't want to be a gingerbread princess! I want to be a real princess! She yelled. She started to run after him. But after a few minutes, she got so tired, she laid down to rest. In a couple seconds, she was sound asleep. She woke up in a jerking and bouncing carriage. She heard an unknown voice whispering, "She's awake!" "Where am I?" she asked in confusion. One of the unknown voices answered her by saying, "The prince didn't have a partner for the ball, so he picked you." "What prince?" "The gingerbread prince," said one of the guards.
As they were riding, Cinderella looked out the window and saw a gigantic castle made of candies and gingerbread.
"We're here," said one of the guards helping Cinderella out. They walked in the castle to see the prince sitting and staring at the floor, while other gingerbread people were dancing and swaying to the beat of the tango.
"Your Majesty, we found you a partner for the dance," the collar guard said. The prince got up and ran towards her and yelled, "Thank you! Thank you! She's exquisite!"
They started to dance as the tango came on. Cinderella looked at the clock. It was 11:59 p.m. 1 minute until the spell wore off, she thought. In all fairy tales she read, the spell always wore off at midnight. As she ran as fast as she could out the door, and as she ran down the stairs, she heard a crack.
She looked behind her and saw her leg right behind her on the stairs. She hopped as fast as she could towards the carriage, ordered the driver to take her back to the shack. As 12 struck, she saw a puff of pink cloud and she was back to her normal self, too big to fit the carriage. She arrived in the shack with her old, ugly maid's clothes.
As she was cleaning the floor of the shack, she realized how much she loved dancing with the gingerbread prince. She wished that she could see him one more time.
Weeks went by, and she hasn't seen him once. She couldn't take it any longer, so she called her godbrother. She asked him if she could become a gingerbread woman forever. He came over that day and performed the spell.
"Thank you," she said. "I'm off to find my prince." She searched high and low looking for the castle. When she finally gave up, it was nighttime and she was lost in the forest. It started to rain and she started to get really soggy.
If she listened close enough, she would have heard a familiar sound of a carriage coming towards her. As it got louder and louder, she finally turned around to see the prince in the back of the carriage, waving at her.
She wiped her tears away and hopped in. "Thank you so much for finding me here." "No problem." They soon arrived in the castle and went to sleep.
The next morning she woke up to a gentle tug. The prince was underneath her, kneeling beside her bed in the top floor of the palace. As the sun glistened down on him, he took a ring made out of gumdrops and finally...
will you marry me? He asked with hope. Yes, I will, she said with tears of joy, and they lived happily ever after. The end.